Hi, Gdali Garmiza here, the author of EarQuiz Frequencies, which is a free and open-source application for ear training on detecting spectral bands and equalization of audio signal. In this video, I'm going to talk about the new version 0.1.7. Please press like to this video and subscribe to this channel. Any donations through Patreon or Boosty will also be a great help to support and develop the project. And of course, share the link to the project website earquiz.org with everybody who may find it useful. So let's start the overview of the new features. The main innovation of the latest version is the realization of promised possibility to adjust the audio processing parameters of training examples, such as the time proportion between EQ off and EQ on phases. This can be done from the dialog window, which is called by selecting Audio Processing Settings in the main menu. In previous versions, the processed part always took 40% of a training audio sample. Now this is the default value, and the user can increase the length of the part when the equalizer is switched on by dragging the EQ on time slider to the right, up to 100%. To save the changes and make them take effect, we should press the Apply button. If a training example is being played back, it will be stopped and reloaded. EQ always on in test mode is another feature that has been added to the audio menu in the main menu, and it is closely related to the mentioned one. This makes sense when doing test exercises with either pink noise or professional mixed and mastered music tracks with polished spectral balance. When it is checked, the whole game becomes trickier but closer to real-world situations. And the goal becomes not only to recognize the frequency bands that are boosted or cut, but also to develop the ability of detecting the issues that should be fixed without reference to normal, non-processed sound. When EQ always on in test mode is checked, EQ on time parameter inside the audio processing settings window makes no effect on test exercises. If this option is switched on or off while listening to a test example, the playback will be stopped and the application will apply new settings to the current example and reload it. The audio processing settings window also contains a couple of more parameters. The EQ on-off transition time parameter, which also refers to the equalization performance settings group, is literally the length of the crossfade between equalized and non-equalized parts of an example, which prevents possible clicks at the transition places. A user can set a value between 1 and 50 milliseconds, with the default one being 35 milliseconds. The less, the faster, the bigger, the smoother. And the example fade in and out duration setting has the default value of 5 milliseconds. You might want to set this to 0 and do without these fades. For example, if you decide to make learning files package, which you are going to play back continuously without pauses between examples within the sequence using your favorite media player. This is a way to do the learning exercises while enjoying the seamless, non-interrupted playback of a music track. Or a user might want to set this value to the maximum to get the smoothest possible starts and endings. All the adjustable values in this window used to be hard-coded in the previous versions. Now that they have become the default settings, a user can always bring them back by pressing the reset button. And don't forget to press the apply button every time for the changes to take effect. Adjusting any of the mentioned settings not only affects the training examples inside the program, but also changes these parameters for the exported learning or test audio packages correspondingly. All these values are stored between application launch sessions. Good luck and great sound to everyone!